Alex Jones here reporting for Infowars.com. The globalists, the private 6 mega banks that operate like Bernie Madoff on steroids, worldwide have a program, have a plan, how they take over countries, how they domesticate the populations, how they collectivize people so that they're dependent. And once they've done that, they can then basically get away with anything they want because they have a giant population that's totally dependent. So they're following a program. We've seen this in countless countries. And Dianne Feinstein, Barbara Boxer, all of these people, the Attorney General, Eric Holder, Obama as a state senator, the list goes on and on. They've always said they believe in a total gun ban. The United Nations worldwide pushes for the abolition of civilian ownership of firearms. Their new treaty that is set to be ratified by the Senate in March of next year, just a few months away, openly states that they want to abolish our right to keep and bear arms. But every time we start organizing to fight back, they go, oh no, that's a conspiracy theory. We don't want your guns. Well, last week, Kurt Nimmo wrote a story that went viral on the web. This one has 1,300 comments, should have 13 million comments, where he linked to the New York Times and New York Radio, where the governor of the state said he was meeting with the top Democrats and Republicans, and the plan was to have a forced buyback like Austria and other countries have done, where they just say, anybody with a semi-auto, come turn it in, we'll pay you for it. And if you don't, you're a terrorist. Now, when you look at the Homeland Security training, the manuals where they say veterans, gun owners, conservatives, libertarians, that we're the new terrorist. It's not about Al-Qaeda. None of it has anything to do with that. You remember all those headlines the last few years. This is what they've been preparing for. The Army, in its new manuals, prepares for gun confiscation. Just type it into the search engine. Army manual covers gun confiscation in the U.S. So the whole force structure is around this. The first chance they got in Katrina. Many years ago, under Bush, they came and took the guns from high and dry areas. So this is the big dream. Every other government's taken the guns. The UN wants the guns. Now, we covered this last week, and it got a little bit of attention because of Infowars readers, but also DrudgeReport.com readers, and did get some attention on the gun sites. But the gun sites couldn't even believe it in the comments and were saying this can't be true, even though he stated it in the New York Times. You can link through right here and read it. Well, thank God. Now, finally, I'm seeing it on a bunch of the gun sites like ammoland.com. That's probably the biggest. And there's new statements by Feinstein and Cuomo and a bunch of them that, yes, they're going to have a semi-auto ban. That's what they're going to push for and make you physically turn them in. Okay? So understand, ladies and gentlemen, they're going to shoot for that, and then you'll think, oh, well, they just banned the manufacture and importation and put a tax on ammo. You know, we at least held them back. But then the next time there's a shooting, they'll say more. They've done this in every country. And you're saying, well, people will resist. That's the whole plan. They don't care if police and military get killed. In fact, that's the plan. They want to get this conflict going. That's why they've been billing Obama as the new Lincoln, and there's going to be a fight with the states. You can see all the branding. Europe's been imploded by the very same mega banks. We're being imploded. The big mega banks, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, they're the ones putting pressure on the big gun companies to just go out of business. And the biggest manufacturer in the U.S. is going to go out of business or be sold off. I mean, they are moving. They're not shutting down TV shows. You know, 3 of the top shows on Discovery Channel for no reason that are pro-gun. They know our culture of the Second Amendment is the only thing that liberty lovers still understand. And out of that, we had a beachhead to wake up the rest of the country and the world. And the system just cannot and will not put up with that. And we've got a bunch of Republicans in the House saying, hey, they're going to support gun ban. So all in favor of gun control, raise your right hand. Look at how they're demonizing gun owners and calling us Nazis of the new Klan, and the NRA are, what they call them in the media just the other day, lobbyists for mass murderers. No, people that want to take the guns are lobbyists for mass murderers. Just last week, the official communist Chinese government came out and said, ban guns in America. Well, I just showed you issues of them getting their people's guns and burning them. Mao took the guns and then engaged in mass murder. I'm going to be covering this all on the radio Thursday and Friday. But we're in deep trouble. The globalists are making their move, and they want to turn it into a shooting war. They want you to wait in your house while they pick off gun owners and scare most gun owners to turn their guns in and call the rest of us terrorists. That's the plan. We don't want it to get violent. We want to politically hit the state houses, just like with the Tea Parties, go after Republicans and Democrats, shouting them down at all the town halls. We need to go after them on every front, go back against Obamacare, written by the insurance companies, doubling people's premiums in the first year they're now announcing. Total scam. It was not a referendum for socialism when Obama won. They ran a globalist against him to make sure that the Republican lost. Well, that's it. I'll cover it all tomorrow. America, if you look at all the real statistics, is waking up and becoming more constitutional across the board. We're becoming anti-abortion across the board. Look at the numbers. We're becoming more pro-gun across the board. That's why they have to tell you, oh, Obama won. That's a mandate for collectivism and to turn your guns in and everything else. No, it's not. It's a fraud. It's a fraud. And under a republic, 51% don't have the rights to make us their slaves or to take our guns or anything else. That's why we are a republic. It's time to get really aggressive in the info war, or this is going to get physical, which is their plan. You better visit your police stations. You better go on radio. You better hang up banners. You better put YouTube videos up. You better put bumper stickers out there. You better call in to talk radio. You better get aggressive and be the leaders and the Paul Reveres of the 21st century, or it's over. This is a red alert emergency. This is organized. This is orchestrated. The globalists are all going to go to jail if they're not able to fully take over. They either fully take over with their authoritarian system or they end up going to prison. You understand? It's just that simple. It's all or nothing. And it's all or nothing for us.